Do the right thing, Roy. It's time that we heal.
After a tumultuous election full of controversy, Senator-elect Doug Jones calls on Roy Moore to concede as he looks to unify Alabama. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sherry Jackson. Jones spoke with members of the news media today about the issues he wants to address in Washington. CBS 42 News reporter Michael Clark sat down with a one-on-one interview with the first Alabama Democrat to be elected to the U.S. Senate in 25 years. Michael?
Yeah, that's right. Doug Jones's election leaves Democrats with only 2 fewer United States senators than Republicans, and conservatives worry that that might compromise President Donald Trump's agenda. But tonight, Doug Jones tells me he'll work to reach across the aisle. Before he's even stepped foot in Washington, Senator-elect Doug Jones says he's talked with Senator Richard Shelby and expects a good working relationship.
We may not always agree on specific issues that come to a vote, but the one thing we can agree on is that we can make sure that we try to attract jobs and industry to this state.
With high unemployment rates in some of his supporting counties, Jones hopes to attract industry by improving education, expanding Medicaid to protect rural hospitals, and giving workers a living wage.
Well, there are people below the poverty level that have jobs, but we've got to make sure that we rise that up, and have that, what I call that, that rising tide that lifts all boats.
For the conservative voters who feel differently, Jones has pledged to find common ground, but says it's a two-way street.
And let's just get down to business and fix the health care system. The Affordable Care Act was never supposed to be the end of the discussion. It was always going to be a work in progress. Well, let's get that progress going.
During his victory speech, Jones thanked the African American, Latino, and Jewish communities, but he's also recognizing the importance of young voters and keeping them involved in the process.
I think that generation can help us move beyond the divisions and find that common ground that I know exists among everybody in the state.
For now, Jones will work on healing a divided state, but thinks last night's victory is a step forward on what he hopes will be a path to progress.
It speaks volumes, I think, for the folks in this state.
After congratulating Doug Jones on Twitter, President Donald Trump tweeted the reason he endorsed Luther Strange at first was because he didn't think Roy Moore could win the general election. To that, Jones says Strange wasn't his opponent and doesn't think anybody can predict what might have happened. Now, adding the campaign felt like there was a path to victory regardless of the Republican nominee. Reporting live in the newsroom tonight, Michael Clark, CBS 42 News, local coverage you can count on.